Hey guys, Stephen here from Heresy Academy. So this is where we left off, where I was showing the prefabs. What I'm going to show you in this video is the way to crop out this black line and then properly setting up the way we're going to go for the rest of this series. The point of showing you the prefab was obviously to introduce you to prefabs, show you what they are, how they're made, and also if you wanted to create a specific pattern like all red, all green, all orange, you could basically build that completely, make it a prefab, rather than having to go 1, 2, 3 and have all the objects like that sort of thing. Because then you can basically create as many patterns as you want, and then create different prefabs and have it so once you finish your level, have it wait a bit or pop up with a screen saying well done, next level. When you click on the next level, have it load another prefab into that position with a different pattern or something. So yeah, that was just basically showing you the basics of setting up the prefab. So in this one, we'll get rid of these prefabs because we're not going to use these ones. We'll make some more prefabs in a moment, but a lot simpler, a lot easier to comprehend or to understand, to use. Don't know what word I'm trying to say here. So I'm going to go to our sprites folder, not scripts, and we're going to go back over here now to our Sprite Editor as it opens up. So we'll pick 3 colours just to work with on this video. And what we do is, you see, it's created these boxes, and we can of course just change the size, and that was everything that we need to do. What I was going to do was try and like put it into another program and change colour or make it transparent and stuff, but I ended up culling out some pixels, so I decided to do it this way instead. So I don't need to do it to all of them. You can do if you wanted to. Just as simple as drag it along. I'll probably do that off camera afterwards. So once you do that, you click apply, and you just close it off. Open it back up now. You'll see I've done it to 5 of them here. I'm only going to pick 3, but I decided to do 5, and that's it. Everything you need to do. So what we'll do now is we'll just drag one into here, and we're going to set up the scale now. So what size would you like it to be? In fact, better yet, I'll drop this out and we'll put in the background and we'll decide it from there. Now obviously we've not imported the background because I want to show you now another way of putting in your assets. You want to right click and just click on import new asset. As simple as that. And then we will go to assets. Sorry. Go to my assets folder outside, there's the background. So we're going to import this now. And this will be a Sprite 2D and UI. Grab this in and look how tiny it is. Let's drop it to 0, 0. First of all, let's drop this down to 25. See if that makes any difference. It's a bit better. Drag it off to our, we'll put that back in the middle. There we go. The other thing I want to introduce you to is in the transform, you have scale here. You can change this by 2, 2. You can change the Z if you want, but it's a 2D game, so it doesn't make a difference. Change it by 3, by 3, 3.2, 3.3. You can do it that way. We see it sort of looks a bit blurry. If we were to maximize and play, and click play now, it doesn't look terrible. So I think we could work with this. As it loads, it should load. There's a bit of traffic going past here today. Don't know how to explain it to you. Yeah, we're going to have it like this. We can mess around with it and change pixels per unit. So put this back down to 1, and then go over here and make it a bit smaller, stuff like that. Change how it looks. You can also change the point filter. And change the filter to point with no filter on. See if that makes any difference. See how it clears it up a bit, whereas with this one it didn't. Anyway, we won't get into that because what I just want to point out now is you probably noticed the paddle has disappeared. The reason for this comes under 2 things. Because it's a 2D game, we're just working on the Z-axis of 0. What you could do is put the paddle to -1 on the Z if you want. or better yet, you can work on the order in layer, or the sorting layer stuff. So the way this works is, imagine you were drawing a picture or drawing a scene. Obviously, start off with drawing your background, and then you'll drawing some houses, and then you'll draw a road in front of that in another layer sort of thing. So the way it works is obviously anything. It starts off. Sorry, that's the wrong one. It starts off, the layer 0 is everything out the back, then 1 is in front of that, 2 is in front of that, 3 is in front of that, etc, etc. The only thing we need to think about, or the only thing we need to use, is 0 and 1, because let's put the ball to 1 as well, because that's the only thing we're going to use. I don't know, kind of repeat myself now. Because we're only using the paddle, the ball, and the bricks, all of these will be on the same layer, and then the background is going to be behind. All of these can be on the exact same one. You know, that's absolutely fine. None of these objects will overlap each other, because we're going to add on colliders. So they'll hit each other, yeah, but none of them will go behind or in front of, because of the colliders we're setting up. So we've got the background set up, that's absolutely fine now. Paddle, the one thing we want to do to the paddle is adding a component, and this will be our collider. So you can go back here now, and you can go to Physics 2D and then choose a collider. So if you choose a box collider, let me just make this a bit bigger and zoom in. If we pick a box collider here, you can see it suits the outline, but it cuts off these corners. Now, if that's something you're not bothered about, or if your paddle is a rectangular shape, that'll be absolutely fine. What you can do is you can edit the collider, so you can change it so it cuts them off. Although players will probably be a bit angry now, because they might touch the ball with that and it will fall through. So you don't want to do that either. What you can do, instead of a box collider, remove that component, you come back over to Physics 2D, you could add in, you've got a circle collider, an edge collider, and a polygon collider in 2D. If you go for a circle collider, this, in my opinion, will most likely never work, ever, with this. Let's put several on and you just change the position and stuff like that. Remove the component again, go to Physics 2D, put in a polygon collider, and then you can sort of try and trim it around. Like that. Obviously you make it a better shape than what I'm doing. But you know, like that. Drag the corner in. So it totally depends on how you want to build it, how you want to make it. You know, some players wouldn't mind. You don't have to have it so precise. I mean, this isn't precise in my opinion. This is, you know, a bit iffy. Like, you could probably drag that in a little bit, tiny bit, or a bit more out, stuff like that. You can have it as a box collider, or you can find a rectangular one. It totally depends on what you want to do. If you have it as a box collider, you're giving the people that extra bit of a corner there and that extra bit of corner there. So is that something you want to do? I'm pretty sure that would make people kind of happy to have that sort of a scapegoat. But you know, that's entirely up to you. For this, I'm going to use polygon collider because we can. The sprite renderer, we can just leave that because we're happy with the sprite, which is the paddle here. It's absolutely fine. Now, what we might choose to do is you might choose to change the size a bit of the paddle. Again, you can go down here, mess around with these a bit. You know, I think we messed around a little bit on the last video, making it 45, making it a bit bigger. What you could do is go over to your paddle, make it 1.5, see if you can stretch it out a bit. Make it 2. So, you know, it depends on what you're trying to do. Maybe, you know, to me that'd be a bit too big. But then perhaps you want to put this back up to 75. So now it goes a bit smaller. It's completely up to you. What I would recommend though is when you're working around it and you're going through pixels per unit, try and keep them similar sizes. It's not a big deal. It's not a major issue. But like I've got my ball is at 75, my paddle will be 75. The bricks are 40, but we can change that around afterwards. Maybe it'll be a case of moving everything down to being 40 pixels per unit, and then scaling the back up through our inspector here. But that'll be absolutely fine for now. What do we do? So the ball now, I'm just going to move the scene over here. Just because I keep going to click on the game screen and it's just doing nothing. Yeah, so now let's do something similar with the ball. Keep it at 75 like that. So you click on the ball here. Perhaps you want to make that 2 and 2, make it a bit bigger. You want to obviously keep it like a relative size to be decent enough for decent enough for the paddle. The way I do this is just put it into layer 2 for now, and make it the size of the edge of it, pretty much roughly as much as you can. To me, that's an acceptable size. I have got some power-ups that we use, which obviously will make the wall bigger and will make the ball smaller. So not always good power-ups, depends on what you prefer. So for the normal size ball, I'd have it at the same size as, basically the same diameter, same radius as the edges of the paddle, sort of thing. So yeah. So now obviously we've got the prefabs folder. What we're going to do is we're going to start dragging in some bricks. Now, so we're going to set up the background and then decide what size to have the bricks. So for starters, I'm just going to straight away put these to 2 and 2. I mean, I might change this afterwards, have it 2.5 or something. Have a look how that looks. 2.5, 2.5. See that? Maybe that's a bit too big. Drop it down to 2 and 2. I'll just put it in a rough position there for now, because what we're going to do afterwards is I'm going to set up a script. I think I mentioned this in the last video. I'm going to set up a script to basically place them out and then place another one here, another one here, here, automatically. But it will also automatically scale them as well. So that's why I don't need to fuss around now to make sure I get a perfect size scale. Just something that looks decent enough. And then what I want to do, with this one as well, I'm going to add a component of Physics 2D, and we'll go for Box Collider on this one. You see, that's just a perfect fit. And I think that's a bus. If you want to catch a bus, there's a bus going by. I'm just going to rename this to Brick, and also rename this to Background, just Background. Ball. Normal. In fact, we'll just call it ball. Ignore the normal bit. That'll come in later. Paddle. Just having the capital letter as well. So yeah, now we've got a paddle set up. It's got a box collider. Sorry, the brick set up with a box collider here. I'm just going to drag this into the prefab because I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to go through the prefab here, and I'm going to go to the sprite renderer, and I'm going to click the circle, and I'm going to change it to orange. I'm now going to call this brick 2, and then I'm going to drag it over here. In the last video I told you to click on the click apply here to change the save your changes. Don't do that this time, otherwise you'll override your prefab here. So now on brick 2, make sure you click it in the hierarchy and not here, because you will change this one. So brick 2, make this our third one. Go over here. Also, I clicked that one before. Everything you do is just click on this. It brings it up in your assets project folder. So drag your yellow one, drag that over there. Go back to your prefabs. Then drag brick 3 over here. And now it's yellow. If you notice as well, the prefabs are saved. All the settings are the same. It's got the box colliders in it. It's the same scale. They're in the same position, but we'll change that later. Let's do another one. I'll change that to 4. The reason I do it by this way, by clicking on this, it's just it saves me from having to go back to the prefabs, back to the sprites. Drag this over here. So for now, 4 will do. We'll keep 4 different ones. So I think To be fair, I think that will actually do for this video. We can start dragging these in now. Like I said, it's going to we're going to use a script to position them decently enough. But in the next video, I'll show you how to move the paddle, get the ball moving, get the ball rolling on that one. Sort out the collisions to destroy bricks, stuff like that. So I'm just positioning down here for now. Afterwards, we will create a script, have it so it automatically picks random color or a random object, drags it through, sets it up, scales it up, positions it. We'll tell it how many rows to have. We can tell it how many columns to have. So that's another way of setting up your level. You can have it set up so it specifically picks a red one there, and a red one there, and a red one there, yellow. You know, you can have it set up like that. It's a bit more advanced in the coding. Not too advanced, you know, but it'll do. I'll just drag that along. That looks a bit better. But yeah, so that'll do for now. Obviously, continuously save your project whenever you can. Like sometimes if you make a single change, just save it. It could save you a heck of a day. So yeah, so I hope you're still following the series. If not, you wouldn't be here watching this. Hope you're liking the series so far. We get into the fun stuff now. The next few videos, we'll really get into the scripting side of things, and you'll see this game come together. So yeah, give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. You know, so you can check out the new videos as they come. Leave some comments if you got some feedback on this video, if you have suggestions for other videos. If you didn't like the video, you know, leave me a comment, let me know, anything like that. And for now, thank you for watching and have a good day.